at this morning shoot-around telling his guys, listen, we're going to be tested, and I don't want to turn every game we play into a gut check. But be advised, guys, we have got to increase our toughness level, Mike.
Well, it'll be interesting to see, Doris, on how they do on the road. They've lost 5 of their last 6 on the road. Overall, 9-7. And lost last night to start the road trip, a difficult one in Cleveland that they certainly could have won. Jeff, what have you seen from the Lakers in recent weeks?
Well, I think they're fine. I think Gasol missed 2 free throws at the end of the game last night that could have tied it up. He missed. LeBron James had a great fourth quarter. But overall, they're the best defensive team statistically in the league. They have struggled a little bit more because Bryant's efficiency has gone down due to injury.
This is the second meeting between the two. Lakers beat them at Staples Center at the end of November as Bynum gets the first bucket. And it's going to be a difficult matchup for the Knicks, UB, because the Knicks really undersized tonight.
Yeah, well, look at this. Jeffries is going to be playing Fisher at the point. They will use him to double team. If you were watching closely, he came down and picked up Bynum. They're trying to get by with Chandler playing Gasol. Interesting matchups.
And there's David Lee, which really helped him get it to the next level, playing such good basketball because now it's not just down low. He's knocking down the perimeter jumper.
Now, the Lakers love to work on Bynum and then Gasol in the post. They'll also post Kobe Bryant as well as Artest in the half-court game.
Lee with the rebound. Duhan, the point guard, so important in Mike D'Antoni's offensive system, but Duhan's been struggling recently. D'Antoni sticking with him, says he'll turn it around.
Well, he's got an easy assignment tonight. He's got Kobe Bryant.
Chandler knocks down the 3. And Wilson Chandler, after a slow start this season, recovering from ankle surgery, is starting to play some good, consistent ball.
Yeah, they're looking for Kobe in the post. Now, this is 4 times in a row that they're going down inside.
Bryant banks it in. Right, he was upset, as Doris talked about. You could watch him during the game last night how much he wanted that win in Cleveland that they did not get.
Well, it was a big matchup with he and LeBron. Both of them got over 30 points, but Kobe struggled.
Meanwhile, the Knicks not struggling shooting the ball. They've hit their first 3 from the field, and that man leading the NBA in 3-point field goals made and attempted. The last time this year the Knicks played a big game on ESPN against a big-time opponent, Cleveland pretty much wrapped up the game a couple of minutes into the first quarter. Much better start for them here tonight on the big stage as Gasol's jumper is good.
Well, that was a double team of Kobe Bryant. Lakers did a nice job moving it, but got caught in transition as Gasol fouled because there's so many cross matches. Because of Jeffries guarding Fisher, it leads off into poor transition defense, but both teams defend the 3 exceptionally well. I wouldn't pull in off Chris Duhan. I would make him get to the rim and finish. He's made 2 nice plays off the pick and roll.
They are 1-2 in the NBA. Lakers are the best defending the 3 percentage-wise. The Knicks are second. Is there a strategy, extra strategy defending the 3, or is it more about effort?
Well, it's all about, are you going to stay at home on the good 3-point shooters, and then who is going to double team the post up people? Because the Lakers have a nightmare here for you tonight because they have 4 guys who can post up. So they have decided then to play Jeffries on Fisher, allow him to be a double teamer, and everyone else stay at home on the 3-point people. But at the other end, if the Knicks are going to win this game, they've got to get some easy baskets against Bynum and Gasol in the open floor and then shoot a high percentage in 3s.
There's the double on Bryant. Quick level on Gasol. Gets out to Fisher. That's a 2-pointer for Fisher. Derek Fisher playing in his 374th consecutive game. An amazing shape. He's 35. It's his 14th year. He struggled with a shot a bit, but he is so durable. An early 1-point Knick lead. Danilo Gallinari misses that. Bryant tips it. Bryant, of course, playing. And we showed those numbers at the top, but playing with that broken right index finger. And it's not been an easy situation for him. Doesn't complain about it. Artest spots up for 3, knocks it down.
Now you can see that Jeffries is leaving Fisher immediately and attacking the post guy. Now, good ball movement, not the first pass, but the second pass will open up a wide open 3 or an 18 to 20-foot jump shot.
Chandler will try another 3, and that's off the mark. And there comes Kobe Bryant. You see that splint he has on the right finger. Bynum deep in the post, and an easy 2.
And that's where David Lee has to give more resistance earlier He's got to meet his man Bynum at the free throw line and not let him post up right under the rim. Good play by Bynum to seal him deep.
Lee fakes, drives on Gasol, gets inside, right-handed, and that's one of the keys to David Lee's success. He is ambidextrous, equally adept with that right hand.
Well, I like the fact that he's going to challenge Gasol, because Gasol will not stay with him after the second dribble. And if Lee will attack and go straight to the rim, he'll get some easy baskets.
Gasol down low, a foul, shot won't go. And Gasol will get to the free throw line as Chandler picks up his first.
Mike, see, in game one, when they played out in L.A., Gasol and Bynum hurt the Knicks with 9 offensive rebounds between them, and they got the front line in foul trouble. And then also their defense was so good, it forced the Knicks into 33 three-point attempts, which is a bad percentage to take out of field goal attempts during the course of a game.
The Lakers out-rebounded the Knicks in that game by 24 overall.
And to be fair, David Lee should be playing power forward size-wise, strength-wise. That's not his natural position. But for this Knicks team, it gives them the best chance to win because they can spread the floor now with so many other shooters.
Gasol missing those free throws, ball batted away, a reach-in on Kobe Bryant. Gasol, as said earlier, missed 2 key free throws in last night's game in Cleveland that could have tied the game in the closing seconds. As the Knicks will take it out.
I think what happens there is Powell's an 86% foul shooter. Unfortunately, the pressure got to him. He missed both shots, no doubt about it. But then also underneath, he had 2 layup attempts within 3 to 4 feet, and he went up soft, no doubt now. Is it the hamstring? Does he have full power in his legs?
Artest knocks it down. Ron Artest, according to Phil Jackson, still getting used to the system. The players still getting used to playing with him. It's his first year after signing that free agent deal. Lee spins against Bryant, this time left-handed, right-handed, tips it right again. Jeffrey's right there, ball batted around, and Fisher comes away. Fisher lobs it into Bynum. Knicks around the big man, can't get it to go, knocked away by Lee out of bounds. And they'll say Nick Ball. Good fight from David Lee.
You got to like Lee as far as the intensity level, the fact that he will challenge. He's sandwiched in there between Gasol and Bynum, and he doesn't mind the physical contact. When you give away as much height as he is tonight with Bynum or Gasol, and then you've got to want to take the physical contact.
Yeah, the other thing, Mike, that I think Lee is underrated at, I think he's an outstanding passer.
Knocks down the shot. He actually leads all NBA centers in assists at almost 3.5 per game. A pretty darn good number for a center. And they start to run a lot of the offense through him now.
Oh, Kobe missed our test that time.
Bryant knocked away by Gallinari. Gallinari has proved to be a solid defender at times. Mike D'Antoni said even he's surprised at Gallinari's defense. Duhon to the basket, banks it in to tie the game.
Well, fine, Phil Jackson. I'm not happy at all with the dribbling here. You can see they just had a violation. I assume that they're saying that he walked onto the floor. Yep. I think that's what happened there.
That was the travel call from Jason Phillips.
The referees from the Seton Hall Louisville game last night should study the NBA official. They blew 2 calls late in that game on inbound plays. Just the same sort of thing.
You're in the college mood this week, huh? All right, here's the play. Bryant has it.
Throws it in, and
that is a travel. Yes, you're not allowed to just stroll with the ball. As Lee knocks down another shot. David Lee off to an excellent start. 8 points, 4 boards.
But Gasol's got to readjust his scouting report. He's got to make him put the ball on the ground, so Lee has to finish oversized.
Bryant turns, tough shot, won't go. Bynum tips it. Gallinari the rebound.
I like the fact that the Knicks are up in here now. They're up in there challenging the jump shot. The true strength tonight for the Lakers is in the paint. You got to get the ball down inside and really, for 48 minutes, pound away at the Knicks.
Chandler to Jeffries and the finish. And the Knicks go up by 4, 8 straight points for New York.
When you look at the Lakers defense, they're first in differential, first in field goal percentage, first in three-point shooting defensively. But tonight, they are getting ruined off the dribble. They've got to button up here on the guys going to the basket.
Again, Bynum doubled. And they're going to call it in the act of shooting. That looked like he was passing it. Either way, it's going to be a foul against the Knicks as Jeffries picks up his first.
I just love what Lee is doing here in this game. See, he's staring at Gasol. Gasol's afraid that he's going to try to take him off the dribble. Now watch Jeffries. Jeffries is a beneficial of a good drive and an excellent pass.
Hi, is Denise working?
Yeah, she's in the back. Can I take your order?
I'm just a little bit more comfortable ordering with Denise. Hey, hi. You remember me? I came by yesterday and gave me that 5-layer burrito. That new one for
89 cents.
Is that cool? Is that still cool?
To do something really special with your career, but as well as, you know, New York hasn't had a player in the All-Star game in 8-9 years. And since, you know, Allen Houston, he's now one of our coaches. And so it would be great to represent New York. I think our fans would be really excited, and the organization would be really excited as well. So it'd be something that would be really a special honor.
Knicks haven't had an All-Star since 2001. And you look at the summer he had. He was a restricted free agent, really only got a couple of feelers. Knicks signed him to a 1-year deal for $7 million. And even though it was a disappointing summer, he thought maybe he was going to get a long-term deal. He did not let it affect him. And look at the numbers he's putting up.
Now, look, there are only 3 guys in this league that are 2010. And you can see his numbers right here. He's got the 19 points and the fact that the rebounds are 11 a game. He's a shade under that group of people. We have 450 guys playing in this league. So I don't understand their lackadaisical approach with this young guy, because he can play 2 positions for you. And like Jeff brought out earlier, he's really a power forward.
Gallinari had the shot blocked by Artest. But still Nick Ball with 10 on the shot clock.
One thing, Mike, about the Knicks and their management, no one can question this young guy on a daily basis. He gives it to you night in and night out. He's giving away height and strength, and he gets beat up physically, and yet he'll still get you that 19 and 11. That's hard to do.
Gallinari hard to the basket, comes flying in. And the Knicks go up by 4.
The pasta must have been good at dinner tonight. That was a heck of a move.
Phil Jackson thought perhaps hanging on the rim. There were some Lakers in the vicinity.
Listen, if you get blown by like that, I wouldn't worry about the guy hanging on the rim. I'd be worried about the guy he drove by.
You know, we've played almost 8 minutes here, and they have Kobe Bryant being guarded by Duhan in the post on 3 occasions, and they've gone away from him. I don't understand that.
Chandler gets inside, throws up a wild shot. Bynum, after a nice block on Lee, gets the board. Fisher steps up. That's a 3. Another one for Derek Fisher. And Fisher with 5 early points.
That's exactly what we were talking about. Kobe will force you to double team. You're going to have 4 against 3 in other areas, and you're going to get wide open shots.
No hesitation at all from David Lee. And that's the 5th assist from Duhan.
You know, his improvement as a shooter isn't like a gradual, incremental improvement. This has been a monumental jump in 1 year as Gasol makes a nice catch and finish. He went from a below average shooter at that range to a way above average shooter. Give him a lot of credit.
Yes.
When he was drafted late in the first round, as Chandler puts up a shot, that one's short. I don't think a lot of people said he was going to be an all-star player someday. He was an energy player, a hustle player. He's made him into this type of player with the offseason work on the jumper. Fisher, not that time. Knicks by 1, a little over 3 minutes remaining here in the first.
As we go over 4 quarters, 48 minutes, can the Knicks keep up this type of shooting, especially from the perimeter for the 48 minutes? And the other factor is, will the Lakers not get in a perimeter jump shooting game and understand the advantage is down in the post?
And a big advantage at that. The Lakers are shooting 64% from the field to start, yet they trail by 1. Jeffries gets there late on the double. And a foul as Kobe Bryant went to the basket. And we'll have a timeout. Bryant just 1 of 2 from the field, only a couple of points. Always loves coming here, but right now, the Knicks playing solid ball with David Lee and Danilo Gallinari. It's a statement. Lakers, of course, always look forward to that Celtic game. But it's the game after you'll be the final game of the trip. That's what Pau Gasol can't wait for. He gets to face his brother Mark, who's doing a great job as Bynum draws the foul in Memphis.
Well, when you look at Memphis, Lionel Hollins is doing a terrific job with this team. But that young front line of Gay, Gasol, and Randolph. Randolph has been the physical key. He's one of the 3 guys averaging over 20 points, over 11 rebounds. Then you put Mayo in the backcourt. It's a very nice team. The bench is extremely young, but Tinsley has stepped in and given them a little toughness. I'm very happy for the Gasol family because everybody, they got Gasol's brother in this trade. Well, what is he? The guy's playing over in Spain. Well, I think the young guy has stepped up and is making a major contribution.
He has been a terrific part of a great turnaround in Memphis this year. With 2.5 remaining here in the first, Lakers now go up. Gallinari gets inside and flips it in. 7 points for Gallinari.
And I want to co-sign what Coach just said. If Marc Gasol played in the Eastern Conference, he'd be in the All-Star game.
Very good.
He's been that good.
I agree with that, Jeff. He's had a terrific year, not only with the rebounding and the scoring of points, but also defensively and blocking shots.
And he's an excellent screen setter.
Bryant nails a 3 with David Lee right in his face. Nate Robinson in for the first time. Robinson and Harrington, the 2 subs on Mike D'Antoni's short rotation. Lee lost it, got it back, lost it again, and picked up by Lamar Odom, the Lakers super sub. Jordan Farmar also in for the first time for LA. Bryant lobs it in. Bynum, good catch in traffic, and he's fouled.
I like the lob. Now, Bryant and Bynum work extremely well together, and I think Bynum is looking for the lob pass. Give it credit to Kobe because he's putting it on the money. Now, in a game like tonight, you don't have to worry about going over any 7-footers or any major shot blocking. So the Lakers should be able to make catches in traffic and score or get fouled.
And Bynum, to me, right there, Mike, and Hubie has to catch it without putting it down on the ground. He's got to catch and finish.
Bynum, 9 points, 2 boards to start so far. And the Lakers lead is now 4. NBA TV on Monday. The Cavs and Heat from Miami. Coverage begins at 7. TNT Thursday. All-Star reserves will be announced for Boston and Orlando, followed by Dallas and Phoenix. And then ABC next Sunday. As we told you, Nuggets and Spurs, followed by the Lakers and the Celtics. Bynum a perfect 5 for 5 from the line. Bill Jackson before the game saying, you know what, he's doing well. There's some inconsistency, but he's doing really well this year.
How about his age to begin with? Okay, and the fact that he's getting extended minutes. And then with Gasol out, there was a lot of pressure on him to really carry the load, and he answered the bell. He shot a high percentage. So come on, the guy shoots over 55% as well as the rebounding. So give him a ton of credit. He's come a long way.
Farmar hits a 3, and the Lakers 4 of 5 from downtown. This is the largest lead of the first half. A 13-2 run by LA. Their shooting is just unbelievable right now. 71%. Harrington. Shot won't go, but a foul on Farmar. The Laker bench, so important last year, part of the title. They've been a little uneven this year, Jeff.
Well, they've taken a lot of hits to their bench over the last couple years with trades made for many reasons, some financial, some basketball-wise. Shannon Brown, to me, has been their most consistent, bench performer. But down here at the other end, Ron Artest is really struggling defensively. That time he was switched off onto Harrington, way behind him off the screens. Gallinari's blown by him. Gallinari's gotten an open 3, so Artest has got to crank it up defensively.
Now, they say he's not 100% healthy. Artest won't talk about it. He's banged up a little bit. He missed the 5 games with a concussion, but he also has a sprained index finger. He's got plantar fasciitis in his foot. Although when you have a sprained finger and your teammate has a broken finger, you really are not allowed to say a thing.
Very good point.
And also, when you're out on the floor, you're out on the floor. So just play.
But good for Artest. He's not bringing it up.
No, he has others doing it for him. That's good, yeah.
Lee guarding Bryant.
Yeah, he wants to take him off the dribble, no doubt about it.
Instead puts up the 3. Line drive won't go. Harrington the rebound.
Yeah, give Lee a lot of credit. He backed off, he jammed him, and then backed off and forced him to take that jumper.
Nate Robinson back in the rotation after missing earlier a bunch of games. Harrington knocks down the 3. The Knicks 3 of 5 from downtown.
Well, Harrington will take 5 a game, so it isn't. When he and Robinson come in the game, you're talking about 2 guys who between them can take 10 threes without batting an eye.
Shot clock and game clock nearly identical. Farmar will try again. Jordan Farmar misses. Bynum gets it over Lee, knocked out of bounds. Still Laker ball. Good work from Bynum to keep that alive.
But poor clock management by LA turned out in their advantage. They shot way too early. They shot with 8 to go in the quarter. Now they're getting a second chance at getting the last shot.
Robinson gets up on Farmar again, launches another 3 and puts it in. Jordan Farmar, his second 3-pointer.
It isn't like he's a 40% three-point shooter. He's right around 34, 35%. But he comes in with a lot of energy, and you have to pay attention to him, and especially in the open floor. Quick to the basket.
The Lakers come out and shoot 65% from the field. Kobe Bryant did more distributing. He had 4 assists, and the bench helping out. Plenty of points in the first period. Lakers by 6.
It's a statement, an expression of the bond between driver and car. It says, I will never give up, give in, or knuckle under. I will plant it, fly it, flaunt it. I will never compromise joy in the name of practicality. Mazda 3.
Zoom, zoom.
Wicked fun, wallet smart. Zoom, zoom. Forever.
All right, Doris. Phil gets his own sponsored interview now. As Kobe Bryant out there was a distributor. You see, when he scored 61 last year, he came out in a flurry in the first quarter, doing a little bit of everything here in this first quarter. Of course, last night, he became the 15th player to reach 25,000 career points and the youngest to do it, as Farmar blocks the shot of Nate Robinson. Jordan Hill, the rookie, inside and finishes. Hill, who is suddenly back in the rotation the last several games, the first-round pick from Arizona. Good live body, Ubi.
No, I like the fact that the Knicks have come out here tonight and are attacking the basket off the dribble. Now, they are 12-8 in favor of the Knicks in points in the paint, which is shocking. And I like it. I just hope that they continue to do that and they don't settle for the jump shot.
Bryant misses. Hill the rebound. Hill was the number 8 overall pick in this past year's draft. Robinson high. Hill banks it in. Jordan Hill comes off the bench and in less than a minute has 2 field goals and a rebound.
I like the fact with the dribble, once again, penetration, you miss the shot, that's okay, because the Lakers are rotating over and they're opening up front court people to get second shot attempts.
Odom in and out. The Lakers by 2, just over a minute gone by here in the second. Harrington wide open for 3. His childhood buddy Lamar Odom the rebound. Those two know each other well from the metropolitan area. Farmar not that time. Odom tips it right to Gasol, and there's the length of Lamar Odom.
I'm a firm believer in that your guards have got to understand something. Look, not tonight. Not shooting quickly out on the break when we have such an advantage down in the post. Once again, they had a 7-foot guy being guarded by a guy under 6'5".
Chandler did not touch it last. It was off Odom after a nice drive. He just couldn't finish. Shannon Brown has come on for the Lakers. Odom went to high school in Queens, Christ the King High School in Middle Village, Queens. A native New Yorker. Always loves coming back to the Garden. Odom and Ron Artest, also 2 high school Queens buddies. Nice feed inside. Pretty pass from Robinson, and David Lee has 12 points.
Lee really doesn't set hard body-to-body screens. He sort of brush screens and then rolls out, but he's got such great hands, and they're always looking for him, particularly Duhon, and he catches and finishes quickly.
A carry on Shannon Brown.
Well, on that pick and roll, which we're going to see a lot, your people down below have got to rotate. Now, keep an eye. You see how he did? That was a screen and go, or slipping the screen. Well, the 2 players down that you saw in the painted area were late on their coverage. That cannot be, because that is the #1 strength of Lee.
Robinson won't go. Odom the rebound. Odom again coming off the bench this year now that Bynum is healthy. And re-signing with the Lakers after some nervous moments on whether or not he'd return. Gasol double team. Bryant Nice fake. Left-handed shot. Nope. That one looked like it was close above the cylinders, but it's out the numbers.
That was close as right.
Chandler comes up short. Hill another rebound, but couldn't hold on.
Hey, this guy Hill is adding a lot of energy. He's really skying here early.
Chandler now on Kobe Bryant. Gasol, and a reach-in foul called on Wilson Chandler. Mike D'Antoni knows this is a difficult team to stop. Here was one of his recent huddles talking about defense.
Hey, listen up, guys, listen up. We can't afford not to run back and match up because we gave them 6 points without really, we can't give them anything. They're going to take what they take. We cannot give them something because we don't run back and be a little crazy. We got to be a little crazy on defense, rebounding, loose balls. We just can't play them straight. They're too good.
Well, they certainly are, but Mike D'Antoni's team from the first month of the season has improved dramatically defensively. They're giving up less than 12 points a game less than early. Now, obviously, they slowed the tempo, but they're still a better defensive team.
No, but part of that is, you know, coaches are always adjusting to their talent. Mike D'Antoni would rather play a 110-point game, but he found out with his team this year they couldn't play that way and win. So he throttled it down into a more conventional pace. They're playing better defense. They're playing sounder offense. He also cut back in his rotation, going with 8 guys. He's had to make some tough decisions. He sat Nate Robinson for 14 games. He's sitting Larry Hughes right now. And I admire his conviction. And really, the Knicks going to free agency, one of their biggest selling points is Mike D'Antoni's greatness as a coach.
Robinson puts it in, a three-pointer for Nate Robinson. As Jeff said, 14 straight games he didn't play. He was in the so-called dogouts, but Mike D'Antoni just felt at that time he wasn't doing enough things to help the team win. But Robinson, to his credit, really stayed ready as Gasol misses, and he's played very well since he's returned to the rotation.
Well, look at the fact now. He's played 9 games. 6 of the 9 he's been in double figures, and one of the games over 40 down in Atlanta, and put on a great exhibition where they stole a game in the 4th quarter.
And Mike, just because you don't play somebody doesn't mean they're in a doghouse. He just decided they had a better chance to win for those 14 games without him. And now he's decided that they have a better chance to win with him.
You'll find the complete and completely affordable collection from Van Heusen at the men's store inside JCPenney and at jcp.com. Style, quality, and price matter. JCPenney.
I found Greer. He's been in an accident at Market and Hanover.
Bruce Willis.
No, stop this. You can't.
Surrogates exploding onto Blu-ray and DVD. Own it Tuesday, January 26th.
This is my motto.
For the Eastern Conference, so he'll be playing in Dallas. And for the Western Conference, Tracy McGrady did not make it, so the backcourt, Kobe Bryant and Steve Nash, Carmelo Anthony, Tim Duncan, and Amari Stoudemire as the center.
The fans have proven once again that they don't deserve the right to pick the starters. Just like the Pro Bowl in football, they don't ask the fans who's earned it. It's got to go to the players. It's got to go to the coaches. The fans will enjoy the game anyway. You cannot have a guy who hasn't played all year lead in voting in McGrady and then have Iverson be the starter. Iverson's had a great year. I mean, a great career. But even he would understand as Odom gets fouled that this is not his time.
And there are some players who now voicing their opinion feeling the same way, because a lot of players say they're not going to get picked because of that. Now, here's your reserves, Jeff, for the Western Conference.
Now, the greatest omission is Pau Gasol. The only reason I didn't have him in there was because he missed 17 games. I would have loved to have him. Boozer deserves some consideration, as does Carl Landry from Houston, but I went with some size. I think Bynum, with the play he has had this year, it's been totally understated. 15 points a game, 8 rebounds in 32 minutes. And he, like Hubie said earlier, he came up big time when Pau Gasol was out for 17 games.
Now, are you still of the alley-oop to Chandler? Nice feed from Robinson. to Wilson Chandler. The Knicks go up by 2. Are you still you've got to be on a 500 team or better to be on the All-Star team?
For me, it's a no-brainer. If you're not 500, as Shannon Brown answers, if you're not on a 500 team, try again next year. We can't reward people who don't win in this league with all-star spots.
Lakers, meanwhile, continue to shoot well from 3 as Chandler puts it in. Lakers 6 of 10 from downtown.
Yeah, the Lakers right now, the coaching staff, you really got to be upset because they're taking all of your guys and they're not picking on one particular guy off the dribble, getting in the paint for high percentage shots.
Offensive foul. Nate Robinson draws the charge on Farmar. Robinson doing it defensively there, does it offensively at the other end.
Now just keep an eye to the left of your screen. We told you right at the beginning of the first quarter that if you're going to beat the Knicks here tonight, if you're going to beat the Lakers, you must shoot a high percentage in threes and then beat them down the court and get these easy baskets. Take advantage of Bynum, Odom, and Gasol slow in transition.
Jordan Hill misses and also not turned it over. And the Knicks so far, 11 assists. They have not turned the ball over yet, and we played almost a quarter and a half. Luke Walton in the game. Phil Jackson glad that he's back. He's still not 100%, but an important part of their bench is Shannon Brown, who's going to be in the dunk contest along with Nate Robinson at All-Star Weekend. Hits another one.
Now with this second unit out here right now, this unit is not functioning as well as the team a year ago. But then again, you got to remember, Gasol is back right now after missing 17 games. And then also, you look out here, Walton missed 28 games. With this unit, to me, he's the glue when they rotate 9 players because he's an extra point guard who can pass the basketball and set up other people, and he has great vision in the open floor. Makes terrific decisions. He's never going to force shots. He's going to be a total team guy. And once he and Gasol get back in shape, this second unit, the 9-man rotation, watch out.
Phil Jackson calls Luke Walton the director of the second unit. Meanwhile, Jordan Hill now 8 points and 6 rebounds in 6 minutes off the bench. Without question, his most impressive performance. Again, a short stint here, but he's playing really well.
Hey, the 3 bench guys right now, Harrington, Robinson, and then Hill have done a terrific job.
And I don't like right now the Lakers shot selection. They have an advantage with Pau Gasol. They have an advantage with Lamar Odom. And they are taking jump shots before the ball even hits the paint.
Chandler knocks down another. He's in double figures with 10. And the Knicks go back up by 3 after trailing by 8. So an 11-point turnaround for New York. Gasol, nice pass. Walton can't convert. Farmar nearly took it. Gasol tips it out. Anybody can pick it up off the deflection.
Well, I thought that time Walton did not elevate and get up strong on that shot.
But he makes up for it, comes right back and nails it.
Well, he knew that they were going to recover that loose ball. That's why he did that.
The Lakers are 7 of 11 from 3-point range. Jordan Hill spinning. Chandler. 5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter.
Throw the ball into Gasol every time.
Chandler playing off Brown. Gasol calling for it. Shot clock down to 7. Gasol spinning. Oh, pretty left-handed. How about a 7-footer that can do that with his offhand?
But that's his specialty. He loves to come into the lane with the right hand, drop step, and come back and finish with the left. And he loves to drive to the left.
Pau Gasol, who's played very well in the second game of back-to-backs, with a pretty move there for a big man.
Hi, is Denise working?
Yeah, she's in the back. Can I take your order?
I'm just a little bit more comfortable ordering with Denise. Hey, hi. You remember me? I came by yesterday and gave me that 5-layer burrito. That new one for
89 cents.
Is that cool? Is that still cool?
It's an inside deal for
one against modern-day defenses, zones, better defensive coaching is every bit as impressive as Chamberlain's 100.
And again, just erupted, had a 26 in the first half, certainly a lot, but then exploded in the second half as Bynum throws it down. 13 points for Bynum.
Well, in this game, I just like the fact that the Knicks are outworking the Lakers in the painted area. The Knicks have 8 offensive rebounds in this game.
Duhon misses the 3. Knicks right now overall +2 on the boards. And remember, they were out-rebounded by 24 in the first meeting in L.A.
Now, Hill has 4 offensive boards. A lot of energy when he came in to help out in this contest.
Jeffries called for a reach-in. Meanwhile, just got word Nate Robinson's hamstring is tightened up. He's going to get it retaped. And right now available to return as Jeffries picks up his second. Jerry Jeffries the foul. Jeffries has been a big part of the turnaround. Mike D'Antoni says without hesitation he's their best defensive player. He leads the team in plus-minus. And even though he doesn't score a heck of a lot, put up a lot of statistics as our test is called for a travel, Jeffries has been very important to the turnaround. And you see 4th in the NBA in drawing offensive fouls.
Well, Mike, in this game, give the bench a lot of credit, meaning Harrington, Robinson, and Hill. I know I said it before, but they came in and scored 16 points here. And Hill has not only the 8 points, but 6 boards, 4 at the offensive end.
Oh, and a play from Chandler, one-handed, throws it down as Jeffries gave him a beautiful pass.
And it all came because Derek Fisher was trying to help on a cut. Good read by Jared Jeffries.
Chandler has 10 of his 14 in the second. Bynum comes up high with the elbows and banks it in. Andrew Bynum dominating down low.
Well, he just popped Lee right in the face with an elbow. Got away with an offensive foul. But that's what they should do time and time again. No way can they guard Gasol and Bynum as we move through the 4 quarters.
David Lee goes right at Gasol, who picks up his second. Knicks trailing by 2, but they are battling the Lakers every step of the way. Wilson Chandler, terrific play. Chandler with 14 points with just under 3 to play here in the second.
You know what 2:30 in the afternoon feels like, right? Sleepy? Groggy? Dying for a nap? What do? Run for the coffee? Grab a soda? But how long does that last before you're back for more? Try this instead. Take 1 5-hour energy.
Help out coming up at halftime as President Bill Clinton will join us with a new initiative, and that's coming up at half. Right now, 2:51 remaining. David Lee, another strong start. Knicks still without a turnover. That's a big reason why it's all tied up in what's been a very high-scoring first half. Lakers still at 59% shooting. Duhon is on Kobe Bryant. Jeffries kind of being a free safety as Lamar Odom misfires. Gallinari the rebound.
I thought that he did a nice job. Duhon fronted Kobe, and he forced them to rotate the basketball. And then Kobe, even though he got the pin of the man, the pass was not there.
Gallinari looking for Lee. He's got Fisher on him. Shot clock's at 3. Duhon notices it, has to put it up, and just grazes the rim. Knicks not aware of the shot clock running down. Bryant, well short. Odom somehow able to hold on.
I thought it hit underneath the basket.
And off the deflection, Bynum able to put it in.
That was a great eye contact with Odom and Bynum. He gave him a look and he gave him a head move, and I'll be darned if Bynum didn't go and catch that ball.
And David Lee comes right back with that right hand. He's a natural lefty, but the right hand just as powerful for him.
It's actually better. He's a much better driver to his right than he is a left hand to his left hand.
Artest, he's hit a couple of threes, knocks down another. The Lakers 8 for 12 from downtown.
Well, Mike, it's kind of easy. They're getting such wide open looks. The first pass out of the double team is getting him the 3. Usually that does not happen.
Gallinari will try a 3. He drills one. 10 points for Gallinari. Lakers are this year 18th ranked in the NBA in three-point shooting. They're okay, but certainly not at this level as Bryant drives to the hoop, misses, and Lee with his 7th rebound. Under a minute remaining. And a tied first half so far.
Well, when they go in at halftime and look at the stats, the Knicks have done an excellent job at holding the Lakers on second shot attempts.
And a foul called on Bynum as Lee went to the basket. And Lakers not in the penalty. Coming up at the half, the Toyota halftime show. As you just heard, Kevin Garnett returns for the Celtics. Another milestone for Tim Duncan. And as we mentioned, President Bill Clinton will have more on a new initiative to support in Haiti. All coming up on the Toyota halftime show. 41 seconds left. Lakers and Knicks are tied.
Sometimes in a tournament, you're going to get low on chips. Got to push them all in to stay alive.
We've had 11 lead changes and 11 ties and a lot of good shooting. Fisher misses. And Bryant called for a loose ball foul.
Good call. Good call that time.
And now they're in the penalty. This man leads the NBA in three-pointers made and attempted.
If he will just come over the screen, 1 or 2 bounces, he can do that all night. Because Gasol and Bynum do not play up on the screen. They lay back in the painted area. So if you come off 2 bounces, you're wide open. You can get that shot anytime.
Duhon, who has 5 assists and no turnovers, misses that. All the assists, all the blocks, all the boards, and all the shots, all for free this week only. NBA League Pass TV, broadband, and mobile are offering a free trial presented by Taco Bell through January 24th. Log on now to NBA.com/LT free trial to get in on the action. And Duhon, who's really struggling with a shot, misses a pair. Bryant to Fisher. Artest will try again. Ron Artest nails another 3. Artest now 4 for 4 from downtown, and 3 of them, check that, 3 of them are for downtown, 4 for 4 overall. Knicks will hold it for the final shot. Lee goes at Bynum underneath, flips it up, shot won't go. Rebound Bryant, and that will end the first half. A strong one for the Knicks. Kobe Bryant, meanwhile, just 2 of 8 from the field. He did have 5 assists. But the Knicks go the entire half without turning the ball over. David Lee leads the way, 16.7 rebounds. He's with Doris.
David, you're giving up some big size to the front line of the Lakers, yet you're being successful on the offensive end. How?
Well, we're just trying to move the ball and to use our quickness back to our advantage. They are very big inside. We're going to have to do a little bit more on Bynum and Gasol in the post.
Yeah, Kobe not doing his customary damage. What do you do with the 2 interior guys for L.A.?
Well, as we know, he can be very dangerous at any time, so we know he's going to be out aggressive in the second half. We're just going to have to do our best to guard him as a team.
Any adjustments on Bynum and Gasol?
Well, we'll see. We may have to come, start getting them a little bit, but I think we'd rather have Bynum shooting the majority of their shots than Kobe.
Thanks, David. Mike.
All right, Doris. They did a good job on Kobe Bryant, as the Toyota halftime show will come up. But they did not do a good job defending the 3. Lakers 9 of 14 from downtown. The Knicks putting up a good fight here in the first half against the Lakers in the midst of this long road trip. 8 games in 13 days. They lost last night, and at least here in the first half, they're in a battle. Halftime, a hamstring injury, and then the other hamstring, he just recently missed 6 games as well. Those are those injuries you don't want to play around with, boy, because it could last a long, long time. So we're set to go to start the third quarter. Knicks have lost 5 straight to the Lakers, including earlier this season, as we mentioned earlier. But they are playing much better basketball since then. Same 5 that started for the Knicks out there. Here's Gallinari. Likes that step back. Comes up short that time. Bynum using his length.
But I thought he made a mistake there. He could have curled. Artest followed him. He could have gone right to the basket. To me, being such a great shooter, he should be trying to get to the free throw line.
He's a very good free throw shooter, as the ball last touched by Artest.
You're seeing Kobe Bryant right now. We're in New York City on the big stage. He was 2 for 8 in the first half, but he had 5 assists, 4 boards. But he was open so many times in the post, you could see he wants to score here.
Jeffries gets it out to Lee, and David Lee knocks down another. He's got 18.
I just like the fact that he's 8 for 15. I mean, he's just doing a terrific job. Plus, he has 7 boards. He's accepting the contact. He has 3 offensive rebounds. Just doing a nice job. He's going to really test Gasol here in this third quarter.
Bryant wants it back and called for travel. Dragged his pivot foot.
Yeah, keep an eye now. What's happening is Lee stepped away from the basket. That time Gasol tried to help out down inside. I like the fact that there is no hesitation on the jump shot tonight. He's looking to score.
And every one he makes, he's thinking, cha-ching, free agent money. Because really, this part of his game is just so different than what it's been in his previous years.
Meanwhile, Chandler knocks down another, and Lee's progress this year has overshadowed Chandler a little bit. Chandler, you've seen stretches where he's been superb. Like any young player needs consistency, but he's starting to gain that a bit. Bryant spinning.
Well, the big thing for the Knicks going forward is who can they keep and still get the superstar free agent they want, or two free agents, because they do have, when Chandler, Lee, Nate Robinson, Harrington, they have some good parts to their team.
Duan lost it as Bryant knocked it out of his hands. Gallinari went for the steal. That is the first Knick turnover, and it took 26 minutes before they committed one.
Now you can see he's holding his hand. You can see Kobe Bryant when he went up that time, okay, and he came down awkward, but he all the way back, he's holding the hand.
Did they pull him because he didn't dunk it?
Yes, they wanted a sensational dunk.
And he wanted to give it to him. Hey, you never know. He may not have that. I mean, he doesn't have the same hops at 31 that he may have had before, but he's played a lot of minutes. But he's not up very high.
No, he's not.
Well, he is not only battling the broken finger, back spasms have really hurt them, or really hurt him. As Chandler looking to post him up. Nice little soft touch from Chandler.
Look, Chandler right now is 8 for 14. And we also have Lee shooting a great percent. These two guys are carrying this team with key baskets down in the painted area.
Knicks shooting 50% against the #1 defense in the NBA. Bynum can't get it to go. And David Lee, his 8th rebound. Lee, you see him handling the ball as well. It's just the Knicks just playing like a much more confident team after that difficult start to the season. Duhan. Bynum another rebound. Just over 3 minutes gone by here in the third. Knicks lead by 4. It's been a close game throughout. Plenty of lead changes, plenty of ties. Largest lead 8. Lakers had that. As Bryant knocks it down. I just can't imagine being able to shoot consistently night in and night out with that splint and that broken finger.
Right, and also the fact, Mike, see, he wants to post up. He's closer to the basket. But when he spins on you, he's going to throw that fade away, and there's nothing you can do about it.
I can't imagine also another player in the NBA who plays with injuries as much as him. He just won't sit down. Lee misses that one. And he hasn't missed a game for an injury since 2006. And considering all the playoff games as Gallinari blocks it, it's pretty amazing as we check in with Doris.
Well, Mike, he has been asked, Kobe Bryant, repeatedly, why would you not simply take a night off and let your body rest? And his response was a simple, why would I? You have to admire his competitive streak, guys.
And I do, but I also wonder, from a Lakers point of view, is can they win a championship as Fisher drives it and has a chance for a three-point play? Can the Lakers, if this is going to impact him on through the playoffs, the finger, can they win it? Will he be efficient enough to win it? And it may be better for him to let the finger get healed.
Well, in the past 7 games before tonight, he's only shooting 38% from the floor and 30 in threes. So you know that it's definitely bothering him. For the 3 previous years, he's never attempted over 21 shots. He's taking 24 shots now to get his 28 points. You see what I'm saying? And we both understand this. And he's got to labor a little bit more. Now, how much is the lower back and the spasms bothering him? I think this also has a great deal, a great effect on his game.
He had some pretty severe back spasm, but next game he was in the lineup, got treatment, did whatever it took.
See, to me, though, sometimes you have to protect a player from himself. Great move by Wilson Chandler. You can't always leave it up to the player. And I think that's a big decision for the Laker organization, because Kobe Bryant, his fierceness as a competitor will not have him sit out.
And if he does sit out, what's a good amount? And he's so good at that as he drew the foul on Duhan. as he'll go to the free throw line.
Well, I want to give Duan a lot of credit, though. He's been fighting him and fighting him hard. On the initial pass to him in any post up, down low or up high, foul line extended, Duan has fronted him and discouraged the first pass. Now the Lakers, instead of staying with the situation, go away from him. And it's definitely upsetting him in this game. But give Duan a lot of credit.
This is his first free throw attempt of the night. Last year, when he had 61, he went to the line 20 times, was 20 for 20. And as we mentioned earlier, last night, he went over the 25,000 career point mark. Youngest player ever to do it. Wilt Chamberlain had it before, and pretty soon he's going to be the Lakers' all-time scoring leader, soon to pass Mr. Clutch Jerry West.
That's not like being the Nets' all-time leading scorer either. You know what I mean? They've had a few players there in their day.
You look at that list, it's unbelievable.
Well, all you have to do is look up in the rafters there.
Gallinari does exactly what Bryant did down the other end. Raked his arm across and drew the foul on Bynum for his second. And Gallinari's first trip to the line.
Okay.
All right, you want names? We'll give you names when you're talking Lakers. Look at that for a top five with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who's the all-time leading scorer in NBA history, but of course many of his points with Milwaukee, Elgin Baylor, and Magic Johnson. Now the officials are looking whether or not Gallinari's attempt was from 3 or from 2. So they'll take a peek. It was called a 2-point attempt on the court.
Well, let's talk about the Lakers. The fact that coming into tonight, they played 26 home games and only 16 road games. Now, come on, they got to make up 10 road games. So in spite of their injuries to key guys, they had the comfort of being at home and where they could build up and still play at a high level. They are 15-2 against the sub-500 teams. So, you know, you look at all of that, but how about the home cooking? I mean, you know, kind of really favored them schedule-wise.
Yes, it did. And you think about it, especially with Gasol being out that large a time, they were able to overcome his injury because of Bynum's good play, but also because of an incredibly favorable schedule.
Right. And you look, their road record, they're only 9-7 on the road, and they've lost 5 of their last 6. That's why this trip will be such a good barometer in terms of where they are. Now they've said that Gallinari's shot was beyond the arc, so he'll get 3 free throws.
I want to bring out a little point here about that. That's a good point about the home and away record. A year ago, they were 29-12 on the road. So a lot of people are saying, well, they're as good as last year. Well, potentially they're as good as last year, but they're not playing that way overall as we talk today.
Well, one of the big reasons why people felt they could be better was the addition of Ron Artest. How do both of you guys think, how has he fit in so far?
Well, from my vantage point, anybody said they're going to be better with Artest and Ariza aren't thinking straight, because they won the championship with Ariza. They couldn't be better. All they could do is be as good. And Ariza, to me, did some good things. He played with a freedom offensively where the ball moved. He didn't have to have it in his hands. Defensively, Artest is, as Bryant knocks in the 3, he's supposed to be better, but I thought Ariza did a very good job defensively.
I'm with you 100%. Ariza not only scored the ball like Artest is doing, matching the points, he could defend, and he did all of the intangibles.
Sometimes guys are just perfect fits for certain teams. Ariza seemed to be that. And still give Artest time to blend in with this ball club. Bryant, not that time. Good boxing out from the Knicks.
And I'm sorry, Mike. And I thought Artest was a better fit in Houston than Ariza is.
Lee off the dribble, left-handed, draws the foul. Once again, David Lee setting up, going to the basket by knocking down jumpers, and that's the 3rd on Bynum.
Well, he's got to do this time and time again, because Bynum can't stay with him, and neither can Gasol. So if he starts out beyond the top of the circle, he can get them on that second bounce. He can get the advantage, and we know that he can definitely score with that baby hook.
Our NBA calendar, NBA TV Monday. The Cavs and Heat from Miami. Coverage begins at 7. TNT Thursday, the All-Star reserves will be announced. Perhaps David Lee will be one of them. The Celtics in Orlando Fun matchup there, followed by Dallas and Phoenix. Another good one. Coverage begins at 7. And then ABC next Sunday, Denver at San Antonio, followed by the Lakers in the 7th game of this trip, playing the Celtics in Boston. Boston got Kevin Garnett back tonight. Those games on ABC. Gasol out to Fisher. And the Lakers continue to shoot well. 55%, including 10 of 17 from downtown.
When that ball goes into the low post to either Bynum, Gasol, or Bryant, they have scored at an incredibly high efficiency rate.
Bryant thought that Jeffries bumped him as the ball hit off his head. Gallinari fouled by Artest.
Now tonight, that's the 4th time that he's driven hard to the basket. And I think that they would like to see that more night in and night out.
Because he does it well, and as you said earlier, he hits his free throws. And again, the reaction from the crowd, and you know a lot of people watching at home and here in the building will be more than happy to donate their money.
Well, that's without question. But how you got on there instead of Mark Messier winning the cup, and Larry Johnson's 4-point play gotta beat Pavarotti.
I couldn't agree more. Gallinari, that's a 3. Comes up short. Gallinari, for all his terrific range and three-point shooting, he goes through stretches where he's way off, but seems to play his best down the end of games as Bynum banks it in. And once again, as we said earlier, to donate, text Quake to 20222. Donate or visit ClintonBushHaitiFund.org/donate. It's going to be a long time in helping the efforts there in Haiti. Chandler with another impressive drive. Chandler now with 22 points.
I can't say enough about him tonight. He's not only scoring the ball on the perimeter, but off the dribble. He's now 10 for 17 against Kobe Bryant. I mean, he's really doing a job.
Fisher, one dribble jump shot. And Lee had it knocked away. Gallinari picks it up. Knicks again rebounding. They've done a solid job. It's all even right now after they got murdered on the boards last time they played. Lee misses that one.
We were worried whether Lee could stay out of foul trouble tonight, guarding Bynum, picking up Gasol, Odom, etc. He only has 1 foul in this game. Amazing.
Yubi, he normally stays out of foul. He rarely gets in foul trouble. He's one of those defenders that he just doesn't seem to pick up a lot of fouls. He's not the most physical defender.
I was just going to say that's a, you know, they need him on the court, so he can't really afford to get into foul trouble. And yet one of his improvements going forward has to be to improve his team and individual defense.
And sometimes take a hard foul and go after it.
Well, he's not a shot blocker, so that gets him away from attempting to go for the blocks and giving you the body foul.
Artest hit a bunch of threes in the first half. Drives right on Duhan. Can't get it to go. Ball batted around. Odom stripped by Duhan.
Nice. In fact, I thought Artest looked very slow.
Oh, what a pass. Duhan thread the needle. And Lee finishes down the other end. That's the 6th assist for Duhan. None prettier than that. And a Garden crowd chanting defense as Odom misfires. Al Harrington back in. Again, the Knicks with that shortened rotation. Mike D'Antoni's played only 8 players. One of those is out. How about this pass, Jeff?
Well, and Lee, when you have a big man who is willing to run the floor and put pressure on the defense, that is the start of your transition offense. And then Duhan, great decision, great vision.
Chandler and Lee playing catch. Good defense from Fisher. Duhan can't get it to go. Duhan 1 of 7 from the field, including 0 for 5 from downtown. He is in a huge shooting slump, and it's not affecting the other end as Bynum misses. Lee with his 10th rebound.
I like the double teaming that time. Harrington came in and gave him a little pressure and forced him to miss that shot.
Odom guarding Duhan. Harrington, shot clock winding down. Tough turnaround. Gets it to go. Now Harrington just his 2nd field goal, but it puts the Knicks up 2. Knicks with 81 points as Lee knocks it out of bounds. They're going to call him for a foul, though. Well, there's another foul, Yubi.
Well, I tell you, I'm glad you mentioned that we're at 81 points and we still have 2:44 to go in the 3rd. But you have to remember, the Lakers only give up 96 points during the season, okay?
The Lakers and the Celtics. Coverage begins at 12:30 Eastern with GNC NBA Countdown. Terrific doubleheader next Sunday on the Sunday Showcase. Kobe Bryant, meanwhile, sits down. Farmar, Shannon Brown. Good help defense by the Knicks. Still Laker ball. So they've got Artest, Gasol, Odom, and the 2 backup guards. Larry Hughes is checked in. Hughes has been out of the rotation. And in fact, recently called Mike D'Antoni's substitution rotation a joke and kind of been in the doghouse. Is playing because Nate Robinson hurt his hamstring and is done for the night. Gasol, doubled by Jeffries, but called for the foul. That's 4 on Jeffries, and the Knicks in the penalty.
But Mike, again, Larry Hughes wasn't in the doghouse. He was replaced by someone who was playing better. Larry Hughes is shooting 36% from the floor, 29% from 3. He was given ample minutes. He wasn't producing at a high rate. And I totally disagree with him multiple times coming out and being highly critical of his coach. You do that behind closed doors. Say whatever you want behind closed doors, but you're not helping your team by trying to weaken the power of your head coach.
100% I agree. Also the fact that the guy who replaced him the very first night got 41 points, all right? Robinson, he scores 6 out of 9 games, 6 in double figures, and is playing great basketball. So when you look at your numbers, you've got to, hey, suck it up and let me see you do it in practice and earn the time.
Hey, while Chandler, another terrific play.
And to go one step further, when Nate Robinson, who has at times been his own worst enemy and caused himself some criticism that is correct, he handled the situation totally different. When he was pulled out, he did not say one negative word. Now, he might have gone in and discussed it with Mike D'Antoni, but publicly, he was a team-first guy.
And during that entire 14-game stretch, during timeouts, Nate Robinson was the first player to greet his teammates. He kept his exuberance on the bench. Not a lot of guys do that night in and night out. Harrington, nice move, but a poor shot.
Right now, the Lakers are really out of sync here. They want to go through the post-up area. They're making passes out of the post, but nothing is happening in here. They're not scoring the ball.
Gasol, left-handed, draws the foul on Chandler. That's 3 on Chandler. You look at the front court for the Knicks, although Chandler plays a lot of 2. Just a terrific job for these 3 guys.
The shooting percentage is jumping right off of that stat sheet right there. I mean, it's just beautiful to watch because every guy is not forcing anything, and they're making it happen by movement and then also good decisions by guys making critical passes under pressure.
And taking out Gallinari, who is a lottery pick, David Lee picked low late in the first round, as well as Chandler. They've gotten a lot of mileage out of these draft picks.
Gasol continues to struggle from the line tonight. 2 for 6, as Yubi said earlier. Normally he's an excellent free throw shooter. Little over a minute left here in the third. Knicks with a 2-point lead. Hughes on the drive, pulls back, tough shot, way off. Chandler right there to clean it up. 26 for Wilson Chandler.
Now that's their 10th offensive rebound and their 14th point. 14 points on second shot attempts, and you would not think that that would happen in this game.
Final minute of the third. Farmar hit a couple of threes in the first half, knocks down another. The three-pointer has really been huge for the Lakers.
When you think about it, they only make 6 a game, all right, over the entire season this year. Now, they already have 11, right? It's just amazing.
11 of 18, Yubi. Shot clock winding down. Artest on Harrington. Harrington bullies his way in, blocked by Gasol. Nice defensive play.
One thing about Gasol does not leave his feet to block shots. He did it for us in Memphis. He gets 2 shot blocks a game. And if you notice, you can fake all you want because he's not going to go for the fake. He just stands there because with that long reach that he has, he judges the ball pretty good.
They have 5 to shoot. Chandler wants it against Shannon Brown. Larry Hughes looking. Harrington, bad pass deflected by Brown.
Well, Brown's got quicks. He's quick.
Well,
and he overplayed that passing lane beautifully.
They've got one to shoot from 3/4 court.
Well, the way they're playing, it's going to be a catch and a shoot and a sensational 3. The way things have been going here tonight.
Hughes launches lead. And it could have been less than a second. On the shot clock, there's not tenths of a second. It could have been 1/10 of a second and would still read 1. But that went pretty quickly.
Yeah, maybe they should add tenths of a second to the shot clock.
It's not a bad idea.
Especially in the last 5 seconds.
Meanwhile, Kobe Bryant back in. Last year, when Bryant scored the 61, he was serenaded with MVP chants. They gave him a standing ovation when he came out. He played only 37 minutes and had 61 points. Different story this year. The Knicks are a better team, and the Knicks fans even booed Bryant a little bit when he came out in pregame introductions.
I'm going to tell you why. Because he's not a free agent at the end of the year. They wouldn't be doing that with LeBron James.
Good point. Larry Hughes with the block. Chandler from 3/4 court. This comes up short. And that will end the 3rd quarter. Kobe Bryant just 5 of 14 from the field. Meanwhile, the Knicks, Wilson Chandler with 26. Larry Hughes off the bench. Nice defensive play. Knicks.
D'Antoni, you're playing the team with the best field goal percentage defense, but your offense has been effective. How?
Well, we're moving the ball real well. We're just finding open shots. We're knocking them down tonight. But, we need to play a little bit better defense, see if we can get a win.
Kobe Bryant has not done his customary damage, but where do you anticipate they'll attack you?
I'm sure Kobe will have something to say about it either way.
Coach, thanks. Mike?
Well, we'll certainly find out. Bryant just 5 of 14 from the field. It's been a night of some excellent play. None better than this. This woman has been doing halftimes at NBA games for years. She's incredible.
How about just trying to ride the bike with one? Then you're throwing plates up? I never seen her miss.
Inside Gasol and a foul. You'd be shocked if the Lakers didn't throw everything down low and just get those big guys working here early in the 4th.
Well, I think when you look at the end of 3 quarters with the Knicks, they still only have 1 turnover, which is sensational. They are outscoring the Lakers in the paint 38-20. I find that stat almost mind-boggling, okay, when you think about it.
Well, one of the first questions I asked you, this undersized Knicks team, how are they going to deal with all this length?
That's right. Well, the key is off the dribble. They've been getting in there all night. They've taken good advantage in the transition game. Then the fact that they made 6 threes has opened up the spacing. So once they beat you off the dribble, good things are happening for them moving without the basketball.
Gasol now just 3 of 8 from the free throw line. Good defense from Farmar.
And Mike D'Antoni has reconfigured what he's doing. They don't have any post-up threats other than Harrington occasionally. So he's opened the floor to give them the chance to drive it and still get points in the paint. Very well-conceived offensive scheme.
Jordan Hill, the rookie, had some good minutes in the first half. He's out there to start the 4th. He can shoot. Not that time. Ball deflected, last touch by Jeffries.
Hill was really good in the first half, Mike, with the 8 points, but the key, the 6 rebounds and the energy level, jumping up and keeping the ball alive with just getting his hand on the ball has opened up things for other people. Nice backdoor.
Bryant inside, and he's fouled. Again, a key with Kobe Bryant is keeping him off the free throw line. This will only be the 2nd time he's been there in his 3rd and 4th attempts.
And I think when they play both point guards and Bryant as a small forward, he becomes next to impossible to deal with because they have other guys who can go off the dribble. He can play more as a catch and attack guy than a initiator of the offense.
Well, I thought 2 years ago when they did that with Vujacic in the backcourt, I thought they were very difficult. And you had 2 good 3-point shooters in the backcourt, and then he at that small forward position.
Now it's Shannon Brown in place of Vujacic, and the 2 of them can get after you defensively as well.
They need to do a good job on Chandler. If Lakers are going to win this game, they've got to stop Chandler and Lee. Both guys now 26 and 21, and they've been a major thorn at the end of 3 quarters.
Far more a thorn in Hughes' side there, but he got called for a blocking foul. That looked like some pretty good defense. That's his 3rd foul. Opening minute here in the 4th. Shot clock down to 6. Hill against Gasol. Hill turning. One-handed shot way short, and Gasol aboard. Mike D'Antoni's got Chandler and Lee on the bench right now, along with his point guard Duhan. Bryant kicks it out. Wide open shot for Lamar Odom. Knocks it down, and it's a 4-point game. The Lakers in front.
Now, Odom has been very quiet, but he has 11 rebounds in this game.
Nice move from Hughes, high off the glass, and he wanted a foul as well. Hughes with a chance to show something. Nate Robinson out with a hamstring injury. He had a nice block and a pretty bucket there. Jeffries is on Bryant. Hand in the face. Still puts it in.
Well, he's struggling from a percentage standpoint tonight, Mike, but you can see he wants the basketball and he wants to score.
Gallinari. Brown gets up on him. Hughes will try. Way off the mark. Hill, the offensive board. And knocked out of his hands. It's still going to be. Was there going to be a foul call? Nope. Just still Nick Ball. Can't defend it any better than that. Remember last year during the playoffs, how many times did Shane Battier have his hand practically lying on Bryant's face and he still knocks down the shot? And Lee lost the handle. A rare mistake tonight from David Lee. And that's only the Knicks' 3rd turnover.
The toughest thing in the NBA when you're the major underdog, as we both know, Jeff, right, when you look at the line and the line is not in your favor, is doing it for 48 minutes.
Bryant rises up. Not that time. Odom the rebound.
Hey, Odom's been a bear here. That's his 12th rebound in this game.
In just 19 minutes.
That's right.
Bryant pulls up. Won't go. Harrington and Lee battle each other for it. Lee with 13 rebounds of his own.
I like the way Jeffries played it. Jeffries forced them behind the backboard. That was a difficult angle.
Knicks struggling a bit offensively right now. Nice give and go. Pretty pass from David Lee. And that's his 4th assist of the night.
And if he couldn't make the 18, 19-foot, 20-foot jump shot, that pass wouldn't be available because people would be playing him in the lane. So there's a dual help by him being able to shoot the ball. It opens up the passing lanes for him, and he's a very good passer.
Brown hits it. They're going to review that on whether or not it was a 3. Shannon Brown knocks it down. It's 93-89. Right now, they count it as a 2. And a foul on Odom. And we'll have a timeout. The officials will check that replay. Still early here in the 4th.
Well, I think that you have to like what the Knicks are doing. They're doing a nice job, give-and-go basketball here, taking advantage of the quickness of Harrington versus Gasol. Now, this is Brown. He's not bashful. 3-point.
A disaster, a tragedy, very unfortunate to all those that are suffering it. And I think we all have to be involved and have to be sensitive about what's going on, how much the families and children are struggling right now in Haiti, and what we can do to help. And that's what we're trying to do.
The NBA and its players have done a superb job with their time and their money and helping all the disaster relief fund in Haiti.
And their maturity about community service at such a young age. I think people look at Gallinari. Well, guy's what, 21 years old?
Right.
Pau Gasol's late 20s. I mean, these people really have a different level of community service than most people their age. I mean, it's really incredible.
They want David Lee. Keeps going. And again, if you want to donate, you can either text Quake to that number, or you can online, the ClintonBushHaitiFund.org/donate. As President Clinton said earlier, he is once again proud of his country and the way everybody has rallied, not just the country, around the world, quite frankly, as David Lee knocks down the free throw. Chandler comes in, and Harrington will sit. David Lee got the first shot blocked, second one knocked out of his hands, stayed with it, drew the foul. The foul was on Gasol, his third. Lee now with 22 and 14, plus 4 assists. He leads all NBA centers in assists.
Well, you look at the Lakers' second unit here. Farmer and Brown have come in and both have scored 9 points. Odom has given you the boards. He has 12 rebounds.
And knocks down the shot. 5 points to go with those 12 boards, Yubi.
Yeah, this group is tonight. What we have to see is the chemistry as they move through the second half of the season with this group.
Jordan Farmar forced that turnover. Excellent defense from Farmar. And for the Knicks, that's 4 turnovers. Duhan comes in.
Jeff, when you look at Brown and Farmar versus Vujacic and Farmar, what do you see different?
Well, I just think that Brown is a more consistent shooter, and I think he's even a more versatile defender. I really like what he's been able to do as Gasol goes deep against single coverage. I like the combination of Farmar and Brown because of its quickness, as you talked about earlier.
Offensive foul. Gasol, who just made the basket to give the Lakers a 6-point lead, draws the charge, and that's 4 on David Lee.
Yeah, I like what D'Antoni's doing right now. He's telling Lee, hey, great. He clapped. He told him, do it again. Keep going at him. Keep going on. This is just a good guess by Pau Gasol to move over there and take that one in the chest.
And that's the right call. Excellent defense from Gasol. This is the largest lead of either team in the second half. Brown fakes, fires a 3. David Lee tips it. Odom gets it away. Misses Gasol right there. And there's the length of the Lakers.
Remember, we told you the big key is, can you keep them off the glass for the 48 minutes? And what we're seeing now in the last 3 minutes is they're wearing you down. And they just keep the ball alive. You have Odom and Gasol in there right now. And if your guys cannot keep up that physical, display that they've been using all night long, well, it's going to be a tough fourth quarter.
David Lee knocks down another shot. 25 for Lee.
I'm happy for this guy. I mean, he's really playing with his heart tonight. It's great to watch.
Again, so much is just about hard work and making himself a more complete offensive player. Bryant too strong. Jeffries boxing out on Gasol, grabs it.
And I don't like that shot.
No.
That ball's got to go into the post again to Gasol. They're hurting them. They're having to play more single coverage now because of how the threes have hurt them.
Lee had the double pump. Gasol's presence altered that shot. Chandler on Bryant. Bryant to the rim. Offensive foul. Used the leg to kick off as Jeffries, one of the best in the league this year, draws the charge.
Jeffries is like the unsung guy who just fills up all of the little stat sheets, not with overpowering stats. Then he does the intangible stuff, double teaming, taking charges, getting loose balls.
And some blood on him. There you see that 29 charges taken is 4th in the NBA. He leads the team in blocks, and he leads the team in plus minus.
And all that being said, I thought that was a block. I thought Bryant was sliding by the contact, and he slid with them.
I agree. There was movement. The way the official called it is that Bryant put his left leg out.
Well, how else are you going to shoot a layup?
And
what are you going to drag your leg? Come on. Coach, can you talk to him?
No, that's a very good point. We've been worried about Kobe elevating because of the lower back problems that he's having.
Now we're going to take away his leg drive, too?
All I know is it's fun being here with a couple of former Knicks coaches here at the Garden.
I'll tell you one thing, Mike. I've said this often. There's nothing in sport for me like walking out of that tunnel as a Knicks coach. That was an unbelievable thrill every night.
Chandler, good defense from Brown. Spinning, tough shot, won't go. Ball tipped by Gasol.
Yeah, I'm glad they got him back in here. They need him, and the threat of his being able to score the ball.
Past the midway point, Odom. Pass behind him, deflected by Lee. And we'll take a time at point, fourth quarter here at the Garden. Knicks have led for a good portion of this game, but right now trail by 6. Bryant passed to Gasol.
Up and down.
Yep. It was a perfect pass, but Gasol couldn't finish.
Well, I thought it was a great pass. Unfortunately, he caught it. He was under the backboard. And as he went up, he knew that he couldn't bank it in off the glass.
Neither team has turned it over much. Just 9 for the Lakers and only 5 for the Knicks. Offensive foul on Chandler, and there's Derek Fisher getting in the midst of things.
I like that. That was a good call by the referee, and also a good move by Fisher, knowing that the screener, just keep an eye on this. Now watch what happens. See, he definitely moved. Fisher gives it a little bit of an acting jumping back. Now we know if there was $25 on the floor there right now, I think Fisher would have went right through Chandler.
Exactly.
Bryant pulls up, hit from behind by Gallinari.
Now you take Kobe Bryant, 6 for 18 in this game, away from the starting unit of the Lakers. All 5 guys are in double figures. The rest of the guys are 21 for 34. That's some outstanding shooting by your first unit.
And as Bryant just went to the free throw line, a few fans started chanting MVP, and the Knicks fans started to drown it out with boos. Again, different than last year when he went off for 61. You could hear it throughout the building in the fourth quarter.
And I really didn't think Gallinari fouled him. I thought he had a good block from behind. People forget just how big Gallinari is. He's 6'10", 6'11", and well put together.
And he got pretty good instincts and timing and shot blocking. He didn't agree with the call either. Under 5 to play. Knicks down 8. Lee goes at Gasol. Left-handed blocked by Pau Gasol.
He's gotten him now 3 times in this quarter. And Lee just doesn't have that little extra height in his jump.
Lakers go back to Gasol. Jeffrey's guarding him. Bryant wide open at 3. Knocks it down. Kobe Bryant from 3. And it's the largest lead of the night.
That was from the Meadowlands. Okay, come on. That was from way downtown.
The 12th three-pointer for the Lakers. Gallinari draws the foul. They're going to say it's a 2-pointer. Fisher upset. He says no way.
Well, Gallinari kicked his leg out to draw the foul, so it should not, in my opinion, have been a foul on Fisher. You see how he extends his leg?
Yeah, right.
That is not a foul on Derek Fisher.
He did the same move against the Pistons Monday, and they called the offensive foul on him. And that's the play the officials have been trying to call.
Well, it comes down to angle also, but he definitely put the leg out and kicked him, no doubt about it.
Fisher and Jason Phillips having a discussion. It was a 2-point attempt. You saw on the replay his toe was on the line. Gallinari hits a pair of free throws. 9-point game with 4:18 remaining.
Very quietly, the Lakers have worn out the post play, looking down inside and taking advantage and getting good spacing.
Gasol flips it up and a foul. Pretty move for Gasol and a chance for a 3-point play.
When we used to guard him, Hubie, it was so hard because against smaller players, he backs them in. Against bigger players, he can face up and take you off the dribble. He is a matchup nightmare, and like you just pointed out, this is the first time all game where they have consistently 6-7 straight times gone right into him, and they've gotten a great shot each time.
I'm going to make another statement. Artesta's not on the floor, and you got 2 other guards that are quicker and better spacing, and you don't have that lob jam down inside.
Chandler with a pretty move. Lakers wanted to travel. Chandler with a season-high 28 points.
He has matched Lee tonight in regards to being able to score in traffic and going right at the Lakers, breaking them down.
Bryant off the mark. Lee the rebound. Just under 3.5 remaining. Knicks down by 10 now. Lakers with a terrific fourth quarter lead. Running the floor, banks it in. Phil Jackson very upset. He's upset with Gasol for not getting back defensively. As the Knicks hang around.
Mike, that's been there.
A lot of interesting matchups, Mark, tonight, including here at the Garden. David Lee and the Knicks trying to come back. How about this? He gets the rebound. He's the last guy back on the baseline. And look how the hustle pays off.
Well, and that's, again, he ran, Gasol trotted. So if you have one guy sprinting and one guy trotting, it's not going to be good. Give Lee credit. Take credit away from Gasol, but also the rest of the LA defenders who should have pulled over to prevent that pass and layup.
In this quarter, Gasol and Kobe Bryant have 17 of the 23 points. I would say that's taking advantage and going to your strength. And once again, Kobe finds the post play.
A smart foul from Lee that time, although it's his 5th, to prevent an easy dunk for Gasol. He's now going to have to hit free throws.
And this might be better. Hack a Gasol.
Bryant has 6 assists tonight to lead the Lakers in that department. As Gasol knocks that one down. This would have been the 7th.
Well, I'm happy that they're working the way they should, and they're keeping the triangle on the opposite side of the floor, and they're playing two-man basketball on the other. And now you're taking advantage because you have great spacing.
Coming up on 3 minutes remaining, the lead back to 10 for the Lakers. Lakers played last night, a tough physical loss to the Cavs, but they're the team here in the fourth quarter getting it done. Nice right-handed play from Lee, who now has 29.
Can I just say, I'm just happy that I'm here tonight watching this young guy. He has 29, he has 15 boards, and he has 4 assists.
Anybody who's wondering if he's going to make an all-star team, he's making a good case here tonight. And it's been consistent night after night for Lee this season. Bryant with shot clock at 5. Drives, gets inside, and a foul called. Mike D'Antoni and the Knicks not pleased with it, especially Chandler.
Well, I thought that Jeffries played him as well as you could play him off the dribble because he's not giving him a blow-by. Now, once he makes the move here, I thought they played it well, and that could have been an excellent block coming on the man double-teaming from the corner.
So Chandler has 5, Lee has 5, and Jeffries has 5. And Bryant double figures here in the fourth quarter. In just 2 of 8. The shooting numbers, the percentage not good, but he's getting it done when it counts.
Well, his ball movement, the fact that he's picking out Gasol and moving to hurt you and making them play two-man basketball, I like that because what he's doing is he's saying, hey, I'm having a bad shooting night, and I know I should be going into you.
And their rhythm, as you mentioned earlier, Hubie, is much better in this quarter with the 3-guard alignment.
Yes.
And Gallinari.
Well, you brought that out, which I thought was great because, you know, he stayed away from that last year.
Of course, as we said, this is the second game of an 8-game, 13-day road trip. There are 3 sets of back-to-backs, including this first one. I mentioned the trip to the White House as well, and it will end in Memphis. For a team that's played the fewest amount of road games in the NBA, it will be a nice barometer.
Well, look at it this way. A year ago, believe it or not, against the sub-500 teams, they were 34-4. Now think about that stat a second, right? That's staggering. And now this year, they're going to win this game. They're going to be 16-2 against the sub-500 teams. And that's what you're supposed to do when you have this kind of talent, right? And they just, you can stay with them. You can stay with them for 3 quarters, maybe 3.5 quarters, but then you must execute in that last 6 minutes.
And there's the key executioner. Bryant now 13 points here in the fourth quarter, and Mike D'Antoni upset, calls timeout. He's yelling at Mike Callahan.
And then also holding them to only 1 field goal attempt. The Lakers defense have stepped up in this quarter.
All right, still 150 left. What do the Knicks have to do here, Jeff?
Well, they've got to get, quicker shots, and they've got to get hopefully some 3-point attempts. But I think I've been very impressed with how the Knicks have played offensively tonight. They've just been beaten by a team that's better. But I think they can be very proud of the effort they've made tonight.
David Lee, again, he's got a season-high 31, and it cuts the lead to 8.
Now, the defense has got to step up here now, mainly because you're a good three-point shooting team. You're second in the league. You average 9 a game. But you've got to get the turnover and hold the Lakers to one shot.
Bryant misses, batted off the board. Lee trying to save it, but could not. And again, the length of Gasol just makes it difficult down there.
You're still dangerous here if you can get a quick turnover and then get out in the open floor and hit a 3.
Brown looking. Good ball drive. Bryant inside. Can't get it to go. Rebound David Lee.
Nice. There you go. All right. Now it comes down to execution time.
Lee at Gasol. Spinning. Puts up the shot. Won't go. Rebound Jeffries. Lost it. Knocked out of bounds. The officials don't know. Mike Callahan checking. And they're going to say Nick Ball. Odom says, I didn't hit it.
Maybe they should go to the replay because they can go to the replay.
Yep. Under 2 minutes. I think Mike Callahan saying to Jason Phillips, that's what we'll do. I can't tell on that one. How are they supposed to tell when it's fast in real time? This is a great rule, by the way.
I like
able to do this.
I like the rule, especially right now. This is a big possession for the Knicks because if they can get a 2 or a quick 3, right now they're right in it and anything can happen.
It's the expanded use of instant replay, and it's only in the last 2 minutes of regulation and overtime. Now, did Odom touch it?
I don't know, but it looked like it was off Jeffries from that angle.
It looked like Jeffries touched it last. My goodness.
That's a tough one.
They cannot change the call unless there's irrefutable evidence.
Yeah.
I hear that in the NFL all the time. I don't even know what that means.
Who are you doing an impersonation of then?
I don't know, like a color guy in the NFL.
You did sound like a football analyst there.
Yeah, I love it.
1:08 remaining, so they're going to keep it the same.
I guess there wasn't irrefutable, conclusive evidence.
That's right. Bryant all over Gallinari. Leans in and throws it away. Duan able to come up with it. Has to shoot. Puts up the 3. And a 24-second violation. Great defense from Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, give the Lakers a ton of credit. They sucked it up right there. They defended the back screen on Gallinari on the left side of the floor. That was good misdirection. Went for the long screen, but the Lakers played it perfectly.
To me, you have to foul here to give yourself any chance. You can't let it run all the way down 8.
Now, that's not the guy to foul. Gasol's hit his last couple of free throws after struggling. That last missed opportunity may have been the last chance for the Knicks. Bryant from way downtown. Air ball. Duan to Gallinari. Brown takes it away from him.
He fell asleep. You know what he did? He looked at the rim. And when he looked at the rim, Brown picked his pocket.
And the Knicks so good protecting the ball. They had just 2 turnovers through the first 3 quarters. Committed 6 turnovers in the 4th.
I like what Phil Jackson did here in this by sticking with Brown and Farmer for major minutes in the second half. I thought his defense became better. I thought his ball movement, his spacing, and the fact that they did a good job at the defensive end of the floor.
Well, UB Knicks score 85 points in 3 quarters. They only have 20 this period. And a Laker defense, as we said, and some people surprised at this, that they're #1 in the NBA in opponents' field goal percentage.
Well, they're #1 in differential. Okay, they were #1 a year ago in differential. You got to give them a lot of credit. Everybody wants to find faults with them in so many categories, but you can't be #1 in 4 defensive categories if the guys aren't working.
Well, the Lakers bounce back after a tough loss last night, trailing a good portion of tonight. They get the win here at Madison Square Garden with a superb 4th quarter. They outscore the Knicks 31-20 and wind up winning by 10. Al Gasol, big plays in the 4th. Kobe Bryant as well, as Bryant had 13 fourth-quarter points, finished with a team-high 27, offsetting some excellent individual performances from the Knicks.